Okay, so first, what's your name?
My name is Adam.
Adam, and where are you from?
Well, I'm from Pittsburgh, but I'm originally from North Carolina.
Okay, and how did you become an Elvis fan?
From the time I was 5 years old, my dad and my mom were big Elvis fans, and from the time I was 5 years old in 1977, I had a record player in my bedroom, and I would listen to Elvis records. I had Elvis posters on my bedroom wall when I was 5 years old. I think the first music I ever heard in my life was Johnny Cash and Elvis Presley.
Yeah, so you've been an Elvis diehard fan since then.
I'm 52 years old, and I've been an Elvis fan since I was at least 5.
That's amazing. So you were 5 when he died then?
I was 5 years old when Elvis died.
Do you remember that?
I absolutely remember.
Where were you?
I remember I was living in North Carolina, Fayetteville, North Carolina, and I remember seeing members of my family crying, and I went up to my dad and I said, "What's going on?" And my dad said, "Elvis just died." And I said, "Daddy, how did Elvis die?" And I remember this like it was yesterday. My dad looked at me and says, "His heart just stopped beating." And I remember that to this day.
Yeah. So have you've been maintaining his legacy over the years?
Absolutely.
And how do you do that?
Well, I try to come to Memphis. I don't come every year, but I try to come as much as I can. Maybe every 2-3 years I'm here. So, and my home is filled. It's like an Elvis museum.
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah.
And have you been to Elvis Week before?
Yes, I have.
And how many times have you been?
I think this is my 4th or 5th time.
Okay. And how has it evolved over the times you've been coming?
Well, I mean, it seems like every time I'm here, something's different. When I look around, I always see something that's different from the last time I was here before.
Like they've added attractions?
Like they've added attractions. There's different people here that I've never met before. Things like that.
Yeah. And my last question is, what do you think about the new influx of fans coming in now?
I think it's fantastic. I think as long as young people that weren't even alive when Elvis was alive, that are still listening to his music, that they come here because they're fascinated with who he was and what he did and what he represented. I think it's awesome because when us older people are dead and gone, it's nice to know that there's younger people that are going to carry on that legacy.
Actually, I do have one more question. What is the most important thing you think people should know about Elvis?
That despite all his fame and wealth, he was just a really good-hearted, kind, loving, warm human being that didn't think he was better than anyone else.
Yeah.
He knew where he came from. He was dirt poor, and no matter how much money or fame he had for the rest of his life and career, he never forgot who he was. He was just that poor little boy from Tupelo, Mississippi.
Yeah.
And he never thought he was better than anyone else. And he loved everyone.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thank you so much for your time.